What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, and today I'm gonna tell you how I became a millionaire.
Headed to the top, ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. I'm flashing for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.
What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. Let's talk about how I became a millionaire. Right now, before we get into it, let's just make this clear. I ain't rich. Don't ask me for no money, man. I know I got some family members, somebody watching, and they're like, oh, AJ millionaire, he rich. I mean, I am not rich. Just because you worth $1 million on paper does not mean you're rich, okay? And so, since I've said that, let's go ahead and make this clear. You have paper millionaires, and then you have millionaires. And so the difference, and this is just my definition, okay? So to me, paper millionaires are different than the other millionaires simply because that means that everything that I own, if I sold it, I'll have $1 million. I don't have $1 million in the bank. I want to make that perfectly clear. Don't ask me for no money, okay? All right, so let's get into it. How did I become a millionaire? Well, first it started with this. A business, okay? So I started a business. Listen, if you come from poverty, I'm sorry. You can't get around to starting the business part. I know people want to do the whole have the money work for you thing and, you know, I'm passive income, all that type of stuff. So you're not about to pass away yourself from 0 to $1 million. You just not. I mean, if you do, it's probably going to be an accident or like a lottery thing. Let's just say, for example, and I know that I can do tangents, so y'all got to keep up with me now. But let's just say, for example, you put your money into a stock. Let's say you bought Tesla. And Tesla, you bought it at $3. It shot up to $3,000 a share, made you a millionaire. Now you rolling in the dough, you're like a stock trading genius, right? Well, here's the problem with that. What happens if you need to get another $1 million? You have to guess right again. Because it was just a guess. You guessed right. You know what I mean? So, I don't really believe in making your money work for you to become a millionaire. I believe that you gotta work, okay? So I believe number one, build that business, okay? The other thing that I did was I took some of that money and I did do the money work for you thing. How did I do it? I bought houses, okay? So I bought me a couple of houses, single family homes, and the reason why I invest in single family properties and not multi properties is simply this. And no offense to you, okay? If you live in one of these type of properties, I'm about to say no offense, but this is just my logic on it. I made it up myself. I could be 100% wrong, but it's working for me so far. I like single family properties because the tenants that we tend to get in a single family home tend to take pride in the home versus people who typically live in duplexes where I'm from, because I invest where I'm from, okay? They typically don't respect the property as much. They look at it as, oh, this is temporary. One day I'm gonna get me a house. Oh, this ain't nothing. Look at this. I mean, it is attached. It's like people do not, where I'm from, they don't seem to respect a duplex or an apartment the way that they respect a house. So we like to, and I say we, I'm talking about my wife, shout out Regina. And so when we invest, we like to buy single family homes, get them at a low price, so the mortgage is low, right? So let's just say the mortgage is, I don't know, $800 a month. And then we'll turn around and we rent it out for $1,300 or somewhere around there. We try to keep the rents as low as possible because we don't want to contribute to the gentrification that's going on and kicking out people out of our own neighborhoods that we grew up in, right? So we try to keep it as low as we can when we can, but also make a decent profit. But obviously, this is only $500 a month. Obviously, I didn't become a millionaire making $500 a month, right? So what this is simply like when you have stocks. I'm going to kind of do an analogy. Real estate and stocks are very similar. When you got stocks, you have growth stocks, you have income stocks, and then you have growth and income stocks. And so the way I invest in my real estate is I do growth and income properties. So it is bringing in some income. So if this was a stock, that would be my dividends, right? And so in stocks, an income stock is a stock that pays you dividends. It probably won't grow a whole lot on that graph. It's going to probably always trade between that same $10 range that it trades in. So for example, it might trade from $80 to $90 throughout the year, and it's doing that for over a decade now. That is a income stock. It just pays you dividends. But sometimes you get a stock that does this. It goes up all the time no matter what. Like Google, for example. If you look at the Google stock symbol, you see it only goes up, but it's a growth stock. Well, why is it a growth stock? Because it always grows. But it's not a growth and income because it doesn't pay any dividends. Okay, so it's just a growth stock. But you get a company like, I don't know, D. Look up D, Dominion Power. Okay, so that's another company that I invest in stocks. And so that company always goes up and it also pays a dividend. So it's a growth and income stock, all right? And so this is what I do with my properties. Their growth and their income. So they pay us every single month, $500 or whatever they pay us. But they also do one very key important thing. They appreciate in value, and that's the growth part. So when I buy my properties, they're usually at that low $100,000 range, so the mortgage can be low. But then here we go, a couple years later, they're both worth about $200,000, even though I bought them at about $100,000. Okay, so there's a piece of the net worth right there. The rest of it is in the business. Okay, so we put a little bit of the money from this business into these properties. We put some of the money into stocks. Okay, but the bulk of the net worth comes from the business. Okay, because the reason why the business makes you so much money and makes you it's worth so much. God damn it, I don't know how to say it. The reason why the business is so important is because businesses can sell for a multiple. Okay, so let's just say, for example, if you have a business that brings in $10,000 a month, well, you might be able to sell that business for 4 times the monthly growth. Okay, so depending on the industry, the multiples are different. But my business is the key ingredient for why I become a millionaire. Because number one, within my business, we have multiple streams of income. And something I always teach people to do too is don't always chase those multiple streams of income. But when I say that, I think people get confused. What I'm saying is don't start multiple businesses all at once. Get multiple streams within your one business that relate to each other, but don't try to go start a hair salon and a golfing company all at the same time, all right? So this is what you want to do. Number one thing that I did that made my business so valuable is it has a mobile app. A mobile app that generates passive income every single month because it has a subscription-based model. And if you look up what mobile apps can sell for and what SaaS companies can sell for, because my mobile app would be considered a SaaS company, right? So if you look at the multiple of what it can sell for, it has a very high multiple. I also have a lead generation service, okay? Look up the multiple of those and what those can sell for. Then I also have a drop shipping business that runs through Shopify. Shopify has a whole marketplace that sells Shopify stores left and right, okay? So if you look up the multiple of what a Shopify store can sell for, the multiples are very high, okay? So the combination of all of these services combined into my one business helped to make me a millionaire. So if you like what you heard, hit that subscribe button, hit like, comment down below, and ask me some questions. Let's see how maybe your journey might be different than mine or how I can help you. Let's discuss it in the comments, all right? I'm AJ Simmons. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you.